I did buy this shirt in Kittery. It was guess what state it was in? Does it say it on here?
No, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Where you're from, New Jersey?
I'm from Jersey. Yeah.
New York.
No.
Pennsylvania.
It does not border New Jersey.
Not even close.
No.
Like not even close.
Northeast.
Northeast.
But this is border New Jersey.
New Hampshire.
Close.
Vermont?
I was actually staying in New Hampshire.
Maine.
It's in Maine.
Maine?
The funny thing is, we were staying in Portsmouth last summer, not this summer, but the summer going into my senior year.
Yeah.
And we were in Portsmouth is right on the bottom right tip of New Hampshire. So New Hampshire's like this kind of weird shape.
Yeah.
Right on the bottom right tip. And it's about like a 10-minute drive to Massachusetts, 10-minute drive to Maine.
That's
so
cool.
It's really like a coastal town area. And there's this amazing store called the Kittery Trading Post that was right across the border. So you take this bridge that crosses over like this, I think it's like a river that's coming in from the ocean. And over there's a place called Kittery, which has a lot of like outlets and everything. And there's this one store called the Kittery Trading Post, which has outdoor gear. So camping gear, hiking gear and all that. And we went there, I think, once to buy a jacket in the beginning of, we were here for 7 weeks. I was doing an internship there and this university. It was a lot of fun. And I think right at the end of my time, they were about to leave a week before, and I bought this shirt. I didn't buy the shirt. I went to the store to buy a gift for the PI and the grad student I work with. So my grad student loves fishing, so we bought him some like fishing gear. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was, I think, something that's used to like clip the fish. I think once you get it or something. I wouldn't know. I've only fished a couple of times. But, my PI loves hiking. I know you love hiking too. But so we got her like this backpack that has a water bottle in it, and there's like a straw that comes out of it.
That's literally the best.
Have you seen one of those? You know what they call it?
I don't know. I don't think there's like a specific name, but we just got my brother like one of those backpacks.
Oh yeah.
For his birthday.
They're sick, right?
For like hiking. Yeah. It's so useful.
I got a shirt for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Why'd you get it for free?
I don't remember. And actually, I didn't even realize that I had the shirt till I got back. Because I think my dad picked it up. And
nice.
I think they were giving them out for if you like buy a certain amount or something.
Yeah,
or
sure.
Like some giveaway or something. We just got the shirt for free, and
free
it's my favorite shirt.
It's your favorite shirt?
Favorite shirt.
Deadass. Free shirts are the best though.
Yeah. I
love my free shirts. I like all the Michigan shirts I've gotten over the past month. Love them. It's the best.
Yeah. Well, do you have a favorite shirt? Or
out of the free ones, have you seen the dinosaur one?
The one
that says like "This is fine." It's from the University of Michigan Natural History Museum.
I don't think so.
You've probably seen it before, but that's probably my favorite. One of my favorites. It's so funny. Everyone I think they do it like every single year because my brother said he got one of those dinosaur shirts too.
Where'd you get it?
The Natural History Museum.
Okay.
You know what that is?
That's like right behind Motor, right?
That way.
Over there.
Like, right past the bridge with the
dinosaur. We walk toward
it
if we go to Center.
Yeah, it has the dinosaur in it. But that shirt was awesome. We had to wait in line, like take a picture with, like one of the mastodon or some dinosaur. But that was sweet. I think I've collected 10 T-shirts so far, and a sweatshirt that
all for free.
All for free.
You got a sweatshirt for free.
I got a sweatshirt for free. We waited 4 hours.
Tell me the story.
Okay, so it was the Texas game because it was like the big tailgate. I didn't have the ticket to the game, but we want to go to the tailgate. Oh, I sold my ticket for a good amount of money.
Because you went home that day, right?
I went home last weekend. Texas was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I'm so glad I sold that ticket because it was a terrible game.
I was there.
And I ended up going back to my dorm and sleeping at the end of the third quarter. But yeah, so that morning it was like that's Fox Big Noon and then the ESPN College Game Day. And we went to the Fox thing because I saw a post.
You went to College Game Day?
No, I went to the Fox. It was a separate one. It's like Big Noon, whatever.
Is that a union?
No. It was right by the big house, like in that by that high school, like in that big parking lot tailgate area. So we were there, and I saw a post like on Instagram that they're giving away free sweatshirts for students at like 8:30 a.m. So me and two of my friends, we woke up at 6 a.m. and jogged to the big house. Oh my god!
Why did you take a bus? Oh, she's pretty crazy.
They don't have buses going that early in the morning. It's insane. And I slept at like 3 a.m. that night. So I only had 3 hours of sleep the night before. It was awful, but it was fun. And when we were in line for the sweatshirt, it was obviously freaking freezing, but they didn't give out the sweatshirts for like another 2 hours. And then once we actually got in line, it was customizable, right? So you had to like choose from a sheet and like choose little stickers you want because you do like the little press thing like on top of the sweatshirt. So I wanted like this little champion logo that would be like printed across, but I didn't get it because they were super disorganized. So I ended up just getting this little dude. I'll show you it later. It's just a little dude on a sweatshirt with like the champion logo on the wrist.
Hey, how
says,
about
like,
you live right here? Why don't you grab it and like show on the
grab it?
Go grab all the free shit you can find, bro. Like,
Dude, I don't know if I can. Okay.
Whatever you show me the sweatshirt at least.
I'll get the sweatshirt for sure. It's actually really good quality. I think honestly, if I got this at the MDen, it would probably be like $70.
Yeah, MDen's expensive, man.
Yeah. So here's a little dude.
Wow.
It's low.
Does it say Michigan anywhere?
No, it doesn't say Michigan anywhere. It's just Michigan colors. Some people had, like my friend, he put his last name and the number on the bag.
So you can really customize it however you want.
Yeah, you can customize it however you want. But I didn't want to do that because I actually wanted to wear it. But I didn't want this dude on it. But now it's honestly, it's more of a funny story now. So I don't regret it. It's just what moves you. So
yeah.
It's super comfortable and it's really high quality. So I just don't know if it was worth 4 hours to wait in line right before the game. But it was still fun. And I didn't get all the other shirts, but I've got like 5 engineering shirts. I got the shirt from the soccer game.
5 engineering shirts. From where?
I got one from there was an immerse fair yesterday. Was it the career fair? Not the career fair. I don't know. But it says Michigan Engineering in the back. I have another one that says Michigan Engineering in the front. It's just, there's so many. Do you not get any free shirts?
I have.
I'm like always looking out for them.
Who's that?
Wayne, my boy.
Okay. I think I have one Michigan free shirt.
Only one?
I got it. There was an event in New York City.
Enough.
I don't know.
You got this in New York City?
Yeah. Not even over here.
You haven't got. Didn't you go to the soccer game?
The Penn State one?
No. You didn't go to the first one.
Nah, was that Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon State.
Yeah,
that's why I went. That's the only reason I went to the game, and it ended up being really fun.
For a free shirt. I mean, you probably have like a chart of like where they're offering these free shirts.
I probably should. I mean, I just see that on social media. Then my friends, we always tell each other where the free shirts are at, because that's like our goal. Me and Matt. Have you met Matt?
I don't
Matthew?
think so. What's his last name?
Divine.
Nah.
Okay, well, he's one of my best buddies like so far, but we always try to get the free shirts. He got me the dinosaur one, but it's just like the soccer. It says Michigan Ultras, like the student section name. But that game was so fun. I'm sad you couldn't go. You went to the Penn State one.
I went to
right?
Penn State.
Did you guys have blue powder that you threw up in the air?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Wait, tell me about that.
So at the game, like right when you get in, there's only like 300 shirts, but the student section ended up getting really packed. I don't know how packed it was for your game, but ours was like
not too bad.
Like maybe like 3/4 full, mostly for the free shirts. But at the little entrance, they would give you like these cups of blue powder that you would throw in the air when we scored, and we only did it once, and it was like maybe 20 minutes into the game, so everyone was caught off guard, and then everyone was just covered in blue powder. I mean, no one was really expecting it. I honestly didn't think we were going to win the game because Oregon State was ranked like 19th or something. And
what are we, 22nd?
Now we're higher. I think we're like 17 now because we are undefeated, 5-0-1, I think.
And 2, I think.
So
I think we tied recently.
Oh, we tied twice, 5-0-2, yeah. But I'm excited. I need to go to the soccer game because it's been really fun. I really want to throw that blue powder again because that was.
Well, I don't think we're doing it every game because we didn't do it at the Penn State game.
Did you see the video of me? Because you know how they're waving the flag. Did you see the video of me running down the sideline?
No.
I didn't show you that.
I mean, your phone's
no, your phone's using. But I literally the two section leaders, like one's banging the drum, one has like the bell.
Remind
and the
me
flag.
to send it to me after. I'll put it up on the screen like as we're talking.
So I just asked him, hey, can I just start waving the flag? And I started waving. And I was like, wait, can I like run it down the sideline? Cause I used to do that
every time they score. No,
just for fun.
Just like
it was literally just while the people were just.
Were you with a bunch of guys, or is it just you?
Literally just me waving. I sprinted to one end and sprinted to the other. I was like, yeah, let's fucking go! Yeah. Like waving the flag down. That was sick. That was a really fun experience.
Soccer games are fun. Just games in general. Like I've only been to one football game so far. I've been to Texas.
That was the only one you went to? Yeah. That is rough.
I'm like 50-50. I'm going to USC tomorrow.
You should definitely go. It'll be a good game for sure.
I'm definitely going to go to at least 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
So
you have to buy them, season pass.
Yeah, I have to buy tickets. So. I have a friend offering me USC tickets right now. And I told him that by tonight I'll let you know if I'm going or not. So 50-50 on the fence.
Take that.
I'll probably go.
I think
I'm leaning toward yes.
You got to go to at least 3, especially like freshman year.
Yeah, definitely some of the big ones. I'll go to MSU. I'll go to USC.
Oh, MSU for sure. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Maybe like probably almost 200 if I had to guess. How much did you pay for Texas? You don't have to tell me.
Let's keep it off the podcast.
Okay, yeah, keep it
I paid $300 for Texas.
Holy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Here's the thing. I want to go to Fresno, and everyone was like, buy last minute, buy. I think you told me that too, right? Buy last minute. And then
I'm saying I think you should buy early.
Okay, so maybe someone else. Someone told me buy last minute. Many people.
But yeah, people. I mean, that's also true because people trying to.
I end up the day of Fresno. I'm like, okay, let's try to buy it now. And I go to Snapchat story. Everyone's saying buying Fresno, buying Fresno.
Yeah, because everyone's buying.
There's 10 buying Fresno. There's like one selling, and they've already sold it. You know, so it was, couldn't go to Fresno.
I think it's for the maybe not for the first game, but for the later games. It's like the day of Texas, everyone's trying to sell it for cheap. Yeah. Because I sold my Texas ticket 2 weeks in advance for $300, and then the day of it was selling for like 100, 150.
So I was scared after Fresno. So as soon as like Fresno was over, like that Monday, I bought the Texas ticket.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to this game. Fair. And then the day I'm looking on the Snapchat story, so many people selling like cheap price. I'm like, yeah.
People want that shit so bad.
Man. But luckily my friend's selling it for not too expensive. So
nice. I gave my friend because I went home last weekend. Who did they play?
Minnesota, Arkansas State.
Arkansas, yeah. I gave him that game for an IOU. I was gonna charge him like $20. He's like, you're just gonna buy me food sometime soon, because I know I'm gonna be wanting like Joe's Pizza or NYPD sometime.
I've not tried Joe's Pizza yet.
You haven't tried Joe's?
No.
Not once.
Have
you tried NYPD?
NYPD? Is that?
It's another pizza place.
It's called NYPD.
It's called NYPD.
What does it stand for? New York City Police. Pizza Department.
Yeah, New York Pizza Department. I think.
I've been to New York and had pizza there, so I don't know if this.
I think Joe's is definitely more of a New York style pizza. Yeah. But for NYPD,
I've heard good things about Joe. Yeah. I met someone who lives in an apartment above Joe's.
Oh, in that building?
Yeah.
Dude, Joe's is so good. You have to try it.
I walked by it once. We were walking back from Canada's. You know Canada's? Canada's Tacos. I've been there twice. They're fire.
Really?
They're really good. Not too healthy, but
Have you had Frito Potatoes?
I've not been to a lot of places in downtown.
Okay. Honestly, first year, try to relax. I'm trying to like not go out too much because I don't want to spend my money while I have the dining hall.
Yeah, dining hall is great, man. Like when I'm bulking, it's like I actually get.
It's so nice.
I get better food at the dining halls than in downtown, just because personally for bulking, I'd rather have consistent food than like tasty food. Okay. That's a weird thing, because like obviously I want the food to taste good, but the food here, like if it's consistently made, I can easily eat it in large quantities, and like the portions are always whack in downtown and stuff. Which I'll go with friends for fun.
And it's really expensive.
But bulking wise, I'd always rather eat in the dining hall.
Yeah, because you get so much more protein. Because if you go to like a you go to a restaurant, it's like $15 for like a small portion.
Yeah, and they're always
It's not worth it.
Sometimes the portion's way too big and I waste all of it. Sometimes too small. Like it's hard to predict. But
exactly.
Canada's got a good sized bowl, and then I had tacos the second time I went. Was Canada's tacos.
Okay, I'll make sure to check it out. But yeah, check out Joe's Pizza whenever you get the chance. I mean, everyone goes past 12 or past 11 o'clock, but that's when the line is like 50 people long.
We passed Joe's when we were walking back from Canada's, and the line was insane.
Like at late at night?
Yeah, it was like 12
it's great. People love Joe's Pizza. But NYPD is it's usually a shorter line. I don't think it's as good, but it's good if you don't want to wait in line for Joe's Pizza for
I'll go to Joe's.
like half an hour.
Joe's.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta do it at least once. I mean, because I had two older siblings that went here, so we would always get Joe's Pizza, like a big entire pizza pie, and then bring it home and eat it. But now, like, the Michigan experience is to get Joe's Pizza at midnight or like 2 a.m. whenever it's still open. But NYPD is still good too, because you got a lot of more like customizable pizzas, and you just like take a slice and eat it. Bang pizza when you're starving. Oh my god.
Pizza's great. I've actually only had the pizza in Mojo once though, or the dining hall.
It's alright.
I mean, everyone be eating the pizza here. I'm just like chicken rice is good for me, so.
Yeah, it's not that. I don't know. Pizza's alright. It's like super greasy. Oh my god, that steak was so good.
I don't have the steak.
You didn't have the steak?
Nah.
In the special section.
I usually stick with chicken. I love chicken. Oh, I mean, I've had it a couple of times, but.
Steak and chicken, or
no? I usually
only
stick with chicken. Yeah.
Dude, that steak was so good. I wish I had more, but it was gone already. I was gonna like take some.
Yeah, they don't make it that often. Like steak, they probably make like once or twice.
It's always chicken. Yeah. They have chicken every single day.
I love chicken. The chicken's my favorite.
And at least they do it differently all the time. It's like different seasoning. It's always like different.
Did you try the blackened chicken here?
The what?
The blackened chicken. Dude,
I think
gas.
So.
It's.
I might have.
If you ate it, you would have remembered it because it was good.
I think I've eaten almost all the chickens if they had it. Okay. Because they've been repeating.
It was at lunchtime though, so. It was.
I remember seeing it. I thought I had it.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty good. I like.
Fish is kind of mid.
I'm not a big fish guy, so I haven't really tried it. Because if I have the option, I'm not gonna eat fish. I'd rather just eat anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you tried any of the other dining halls?
I've been to here, Markley, and South Quad.
I liked Markley. I just went there yesterday for the first time. I had a really good dinner. It was a really good chicken and this creamed corn and mashed potatoes. Oh my god, that was to die for. That was so good.
You know, Markley, people hate on it a little bit. Like, it's not that bad.
They just don't have AC. I think Markley's cool. Is that the problem?
You get hot when you're eating?
That's bad. Markley is bad. They don't have any AC. But it's really nice because it's super social. It's more social than Mojo. But compared to all the quads, East Quad, South Quad, West Quad, it's not even comparable. Like, those are like hotels. In general, though. Like, I feel like I like the vibe. Yeah.
This might be a stretch, but I might rather live in Markley than in.
No.
Is that a stretch?
You'd rather live in Markley than
I like being on the hill.
one of the quads?
It's like, are the quads really good? I haven't been in the rooms of the quads. So.
Don't, because then you're gonna make yourself sad. That's what I
But
said.
they're not that big.
They're huge.
Oh.
Like my friend, he was at an East Quad room the other night, and he said it's like triple the size of our Mojo rooms. And yours, you have a big room, so you have like double your room, and just for
double
two people,
my room is crazy.
It's insane.
Is there multiple rooms?
No, it's just one big room.
That's insane.
And he said that they like comfortably fit like 20 people inside of one room.
Comfortably?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He said he was at like a pregame, and it's like.
Have you been to Alice Lloyd?
No, I haven't actually.
I went there last weekend, like one of my friends' room, and it was actually pretty big too.
It's pretty big, yeah, but the East Quad is even bigger, and West Quad is pretty big too.
Yeah, and all the athletes are over there too.
And West Quad, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's the athlete dorm.
Yeah.
Oh damn. I'm happy with Mojo though. I applied. I knew I was gonna be here because I applied to MRADs.
Yeah.
So that was still.
I got
really
lucky,
good.
bro, because I'm realizing now that your floor is all MRADs. The floor below that's all the women.
Yeah, so it's not a lot of random people.
It's only like second and fifth that are normal people.
Yeah.
So,
Did you just go in random?
But roommate?
Yeah.
There was a connection. It was my dad's friend's daughter friend.
Say that again? Your dad?
My dad's friend's daughter friend. So my dad, he has a friend that works in Detroit, and
Okay.
I believe he works in Detroit, and his daughter went to school in this area, so she knew a lot of people in this area.
So you guys got connected.
So I talked to her, and she connected me with one of her friends, who's a
and
guy.
that's your roommate?
No. So I talked to him, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, bro, I already got a roommate."
Damn.
But he said I have another friend who doesn't have a roommate, and ended up being my roommate.
Oh, and now you never see him.
Yeah, I guess I could say on the pod, but he's always he's never in the room much. So I see him when I go to bed at night. He's usually out a little bit later than me, so he'll come after me, and then in the morning I'll wake up, I'll see him there, and then I'll go to my class, and I'll come back, and I'm like, "Where'd he go?"
He's chill though, right?
No, he's chill.
Yeah, as long as I'm just happy my roommate's really chill. At least
Dante?
it's not like what?
Is it Dante?
No. Oh my god. I've said this to Dante's face, so I don't mind saying it on a podcast, dude. If I lived with him, I don't know what I'd do.
Did he
says
steal Nathan's shampoo or something?
his body
Body wash?
Dude,
Tell me that story.
I mean, you'd have to ask Nathan. I don't think it's in my place to say, but apparently Dante uses Nathan's body wash because he either forgot to bring it or he just hasn't bought his own.
Bro, it's been a month.
It's been a month. I would be pissed if I was Nathan. And like whenever I'm hanging out in Nathan's room, he sets the temp to like 77, 78 degrees. Like
Nathan does that?
No, Dante does that because
Dante.
he's from LA and he thinks
Oh.
anything below 70 degrees is freezing. So he's screwed for the winter.
Good luck.
I hope he dies.
True.
Yeah, I hope
Yes,
he
thought. Oh man. Yeah, I'm happy with my roommate. I've had pretty interesting roommates in high school.
Oh, you went to boarding school?
Yeah, I think I
Oh.
told you that. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
My sophomore year roommate. I think enough time has passed that we can talk. I think I've already talked about this in the podcast too. It's not exactly the best place. He was a little bit messy. It's a little bit tad bit messy. Clothes everywhere and never made bed and playing League all night and food everywhere. and
League
it's-
all night?
Yeah, that was the main problem.
Did you go to boarding school for all of high school?
Sophomore year, junior, and senior year. So I started sophomore year. Freshman year I was a day student, but freshman year was weird because of COVID and everything. So
that was crazy.
yeah, I was not at school much. It was like 1 week on, 1 week off. I don't know. Do you guys have hybrid?
We did hybrid. Our schedule was so whack. It was kind of like yours.
Yeah, COVID is tough, man.
I just like watching the
Yeah, that's cool, right?
paper input. Maybe I should just be a sound engineer.
What's that?
What?
What were you saying?
Maybe I should just be a sound engineer.
Dude, I'd hire you, man. You can be my. Every time the audio quality gets fucked, because it's been fucked so many times.
Sound is super
I think
cool.
one of the things with editing is that there's actually not that much software available to cleaning up messy audio.
Really?
Like you would think there is, but I think in all editing and production, I think cleaning up messy audio is probably the most challenging things.
What do you use to edit?
I use Premiere Pro.
Oh, Premiere Pro?
Yeah.
Nice.
We get it. Do you know we get it for free from
We get Premiere Pro for free? I mean, that's actually sweet because I took like digital media classes my senior year of high school, so I did a lot of Premiere Pro and that was so much fun. Just like editing all the
I love
video, it's so much fun to do.
Let me tell you, like before you're about to buy something, always search up if Mission gives it to you for
Oh my
free.
God,
Because
yeah.
Mission gives you Zoom Pro for free.
What's the benefits of Zoom Pro?
You get to have currently on Zoom you have limited to 45-minute meeting times, and
That's dumb.
Yeah, and there's like limited feature that takes some of the features away that you can't have unless you have Pro.
Yeah.
And, like some like random features, but having Zoom Pro is you kind of need it if you want like longer meeting times and I'm forgetting all the features now, but I don't use it that often. But Michigan, I've learned that universities usually give you a lot of discounts and a lot of things for free.
So many things for free.
I didn't know that before because I had all these things from my high school that I was getting. Like, I got Premier Pro from my high school.
Yeah, me too.
And things like that. And I'm like, I was wondering, like, if my high school gave it to me, maybe the university would give it to me. And I started searching up. Like, I got Zoom Pro for free.
Oh, she just Googled it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like Zoom Pro for free. I got Adobe for free. And you go online on the website.
All the Adobe stuff?
Yeah, you just sign up there and you put, like, your UMID or whatever. And you just able to download it.
That's where all our tuition dollars are going.
Yeah.
To pay Adobe for Premiere Pro and Photoshop that no one uses yet. Yeah. Except for, like, the UX students.
Yeah, man.
But
I got my sister a backpack for 20% discount. I got my sister an iPad for 20% discount. Like,
the student discounts come in clutch.
Yeah, man.
I gotta keep taking advantage of them. Like anytime I go shopping or online shopping, I always gotta remember to use my student discount. And Prime is so nice. I already activated it. It's like a 6 months as a student.
For Amazon?
Yeah, for Amazon.
Nice.
And that's super nice because I was gonna plan it out because I needed it for all my dorm stuff. Like I wanted all my dorm stuff for Prime, and I'll hopefully use it for Christmas.
Yeah.
When that comes around.
Definitely.
God, I'm excited for Christmas.
What do you do for Christmas?
Just hanging with the family.
Yeah.
I love the entire vibe. Christmas is my favorite holiday. Is your favorite holiday? Do you celebrate Christmas?
I fuck with Christmas. We don't like celebrate it.
Yeah.
It's as much. It's still even though we don't celebrate much, it's just like a nice time.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
The vibes are nice. Like, usually, if we're like traveling somewhere, like we're going to the Smokies this year, but we're going in November though. But usually, if we're like traveling somewhere, we'll always listen to like Christmas music. And
You travel for Christmas like a lot?
Usually we do.
That's sweet.
I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it on the podcast, but
yeah.
I'd love to talk about hiking though, because you're big. You've been to a lot of national parks, right?
I mean, not that. We're definitely like towards like in the next 10 years. We're trying to hit a bunch of them.
How many?
I mean, hopefully like one every year.
Yeah.
I mean, this next coming summer, we're trying to do another big hiking trip, hopefully, because I mean, that's what we've been into for the past 10 years. And we'd rather do that than like go to some expensive resort or go to the beach or an amusement park or something. And hiking's been like so fulfilling and so nice just doing it with my family every single summer. It's been like a nice tradition that we've started. But like this past year, I went to Colorado. That was so much fun. The best hikes so far. Those views were incredible. But hopefully this next year, I think we're going whatever you know what the national park is in Montana?
Was it Reiner?
Yeah, that one. I think that's where we're trying to go. Either a road trip or
wrong.
flying. You might be right. The name sounds familiar. But we have my older brother, he goes to Michigan right now. He's like the big one into hiking. So he's been like researching constantly just to see what we want to do in the next coming years. But we want to hit everything and just travel like mostly in state or like Canada, because 2 years prior we went to Canada and it was a family reunion and we did a lot of hiking there. Amazing. And that was beautiful. In Banff, oh my god.
Oh, you went to Banff?
So nice.
My strength coach from high school, he went to Banff this summer because he has family there. Yeah, he's like the guy, our coach at the gym basically, works on that.
It's so nice, dude. That when I went to like the Banff downtown, it's like a nice little strip of like stores and like the cutest vibe ever. And then you see like the massive ass mountains in the background. It's so nice. The one one of my favorite destinations, it was like one of the names was like ink pots. So it's like these little ponds.
Say the name again.
Ink pots.
Ink pots.
Yeah, it was like these little ponds. It was like really funky looking water. It was like funky, really interesting, like aqua, and it's kind of like rainbowy, like in the way like gasoline is. But obviously there wasn't gasoline in it, but it was gorgeous, and it was just like this huge plain surrounded by mountains. And it was like crystal clear river and rocks everywhere. And obviously I had to hop in, and it was so nice and refreshing.
Sounds like paradise.
It was like genuinely paradise. I wanted to stay there for hours, but my dad rushed me, and I was so upset. I wanted to stay in that river for so long, but the views are incredible. And I think that was like a 2-hour hike. I mean, 3 hour, maybe like 4 hours total, but yeah, not too bad. Like this past summer, it was the hardest hike I've been on, and we were super unprepared for it. So
where was this?
It was still in Colorado. I always forget the name, but one of the like hardest parts, we're in like all the way near the peak of the mountain. It's like because you're on like a snowy slope, right? And it's like practically ice in the middle of summer still. And we didn't know that it was like completely slanted and not a flat snowy surface. So usually people have like spikes, right? Like when you're hiking with snow, or at least like hiking poles with like spikes.
Was it really cold?
No, I mean it was like 60 degrees.
Okay, because it just gets more snow when you get up north.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously when you get higher, it doesn't really melt as much because of elevation and everything, but that was so difficult, but it was like the most fun I've had. Because on the way up, like you're praying that you don't fall, because if you fall, you're like sliding all the way down and probably hitting a big rock or a tree. So we would go like on our hands and knees, like clawing our hands into the snow and like just slowly inching our way up to the mountain. And then after you make it up the snow, you have to like crawl up a waterfall. It's angled at like...
Waterfall?
Yeah, it's like honestly like it's like bouldering.
Wow.
but it was maybe like 60-degree waterfall. So it's still like an upwards like staircase, but you have to like climb and grab onto rocks. And that part was awesome. And it like led you to a really cool pond. Yeah.
It's like a river climb, but it was like an elevator river.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think this one was in Jamaica, but it was
really
a while back.
Jamaica.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
It was interesting. So it was really uncomfortable because there was a lot of people there, but it was not like made as a tourist area at all. Like it was pretty natural. So you go in the water and like your feet are just hurting because there's rocks everywhere.
Yeah.
The water goes about knee height to like about waist height. But yeah, you're kind of just climbing this waterfall river thing, and it was definitely difficult. Like I could tell my whole family was like, "Ow, my feet hurt" and all this stuff. And me and my dad have some of the genetic problems in our feet, where they'll just start like hurting randomly, like the nerve pain.
Yeah.
So that kind of started for a little bit and went away. It was not that bad. Sometimes it's worse, but yeah, we were climbing this waterfall, and then it was not too much elevation. Right at the end, there's like a big elevation.
Yeah.
That it's an option. There's like a nice pond area there, so it's like you can easily exit. Like it's pretty shallow over there. So like me and my sister and my mom, they kind of exit us in on the side. Me and my dad like we'll climb this shit. It looks fun. So we went around. You have to go up these rocks, and it's pretty dangerous. And when we're about up there, we've gone up for about like 5-10 minutes now up these rocks. My dad falls, and he doesn't fall like down the mountain, but he trips. He trips and he catches himself, but his thumb falls like this and it bends a little bit, and in that moment like he was convinced he broke his finger or something, and it was in like deep pain. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, okay, how am I gonna get him like back down there without his hand?
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there for like 2-3 minutes, like he can't like move his finger at all.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I end up like doing the best I can. I'm just like, okay, let's just get you the fuck out of here first, let me figure everything out. So I kind of hold his hand. I bring him all the way down. He ends up getting out. Then we go. There's up the road. There was some medic.
Yeah.
It's part of the park, so they're checking him out. He said, "Okay, we'll have to go get you an X-ray." So we drive down. It's also Jamaica, so it's like not like the U.S. It's a lot more confusing about how to find stuff and everything. But luckily, I think a lot of them did speak English, so that wasn't a problem. But yeah, we ended up checking out. He didn't break his finger. It was like jammed, so it was a little bad. But then ended up healing on its own. So
I had that same thing. But not I mean with the jam part. Yeah. Not even. I was in basketball. I was in like 4th, 5th grade. Yeah. But yeah, that's crazy.
What was the pain like?
It literally felt like I broke my. I like know exactly what he's talking about. Like it felt like I broke my thumb. Like I don't know how it happened with a basketball, but it like jammed my thumb really bad, and I had to go to the ER. And that was like the most pain I've been in. Also, like thankfully, I haven't like broken any bones through sports or anything like that. And that was probably the worst.
So that's the worst injury you've had?
What?
That's the worst injury you've had?
I think so. Luckily I'm not too injury prone. Just like pains, like through track and soccer. Just like shin splints. Those are the worst during track season. And I just had stuff with my hip flexor, but I've been thankfully pretty healthy thus far. How about you? You have like terrible injuries?
I broke my elbow once.
Broke it? Like completely shattered?
It was a minor fracture.
Okay.
So definitely it hurt a lot, but it was able to. I didn't need a brace. I needed a brace. I didn't need a cast.
Yeah.
So it was about the start of my time wrestling. So I started wrestling my sophomore year in high school. So and not even at the beginning of the season. So we're about 2 weeks into the season, and 2 of my good friends at the time were both in the wrestling team. And I was kind of just hanging out with them one day, and they said, "Yo, we need a 106 pounder because we don't have a 106 pounder." And I was like 104 pounds.
You were 104?
Dude, I can show you pictures of me and my sophomore
When was this? Freshman year?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year?
I was really skinny.
Wow. Were you like the same height?
I was shorter.
A little shorter? Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, if I had my phone, I'd show you pictures. I'll show you after, but bro, I was really skinny.
Wow.
But yeah, they're like, "Yo, we need a 106 pounder," and at the time I was more in an experimental stage of my life where I was like really excited to like try new things and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, definitely like more time where I was like happier and everything. And I remember they said, "Come do this thing," and I'm like, "Fuck it, let's do it. Like, it sounds fun." And I go to one practice, and I kind of like the energy there and the vibe. We're 2 weeks in the season, so I'm kind of working with this other coach who's kind of like teaching me some basic stuff. It's like other guys are like doing the normal stuff, and I kind of ease into it. And we're about a couple weeks in this winter break, and we come back from winter break, and the first practice from winter break, I break my elbow.
Damn, dude.
And yeah, I remember what had happened too. I was wrestling with this guy. He's gotten a lot better. Like he wasn't that good sophomore year, but like now he's like actually improved a lot. And I think he won the award from our school as the most improved wrestler. And he's a senior right now, so I'll be seeing all the squad again when we go back this December. And I'll practice with him a little bit. But
you're not going back fall break, just.
I'll be going to Smoky, so.
Oh, wow.
We'll talk about that. I told you that. Yeah.
I think so.
I told you a while back when I first met you, I think. Yeah. But yeah, so I think he took a shot at me. And the thing with wrestling is that you do get injured, but nothing more than any other sport, like soccer and basketball. Like just about as much, if not less. Because if you know what you're doing, you can stay safe. Yeah. And there's rules, right? You can't like pipe someone's elbow like this. You can't like put a full Nelson around their neck. Like there's these rules. You can't have a body lock around the front. Can you? Wait, no, that might not be real. You can't lock your hands from the back. What's the rule? There's some rule like that. Okay.
Yeah, for like safety.
Yeah, you can't lock your hands on an arm. That's the rule. So I think it took a shot on me, and I fell backwards like this, which you're just not supposed to do. And I put my hands like this. Like, if I look back, if I had a recording of it, it looks so stupid. But I kind of fall backwards like this, and I fall on my elbow, and I hear like it goes like this a little bit. Like I go one way, it kind of goes the other way, nice. And I remember it hurt really bad. And I was like, fuck, I'm like telling him, yo, hold on, give me a second. Like, I'm trying to move it. Like, it's hurting so bad. But luckily, we're on the end of practice, because if I practiced the whole practice with that, I don't know what would have happened. So we usually finish wrestling practice with conditioning. And we had my old coach back then, Coach Laughlin, who left the following year. He was like our conditioning coach. So luckily, it wasn't anything crazy that day, but we were doing some big bodyweight exercises that required my elbow. I remember, like, I was like trying to push through it, because I don't know what it was at the time. I've never been injured before, so I don't know what it would feel like. But I remember it was pretty bad. But we started doing push-ups and stuff, and I'm like kind of sitting there like, why can't I do a push-up? Like, this is hurting so bad. Like, come on, elbow, like, you can do this. Yeah. And then I started doing like those like baby push-ups. I put my knees down. I'm like, people probably watching me do this stupid shit. I couldn't even with the baby push-ups, it was hurting so bad. And then other exercises were fine. Like I did the sit-ups or like the squats or whatever. And we finished practice, and I walked back to my room, and I'm like, fuck, it's hurting so bad. But I kind of it's my left arm, so I'm like doing homework, whatever. Like I'm fine. And I remember that night was one of the most brutal nights of my life.
Jeez.
Because I've had some pretty brutal nights. Like, I know when you're sick and you have a sore throat. Like, those nights are brutal. So maybe those nights are worse. But this night was pretty bad, because I'm trying to sleep, and every time I move my position, I just get this, like, sharp, like, pound of, like, excruciating pain. Yeah. And I just couldn't sleep the whole night. I was up all night. I wake up the next morning, I'm like, this seems kind of fishy. Something's up here. So I about to go to the health center, but it's the middle of January and it's freezing outside. So it took me 15 minutes to put a shirt on and a sweatshirt on, just because like I literally could not like physically.
Yeah, it just hurt that bad.
It was hurting that bad, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I can't like leave here if I don't put something on. So I somehow put it on 10-15 minutes, and put a jacket on, and I walked down to the health center, and they're looking at it like, something looks not so good here. I think you broke your elbow, man. And then I go to the hospital and everything, and it was not too bad of a fracture, luckily, but it was a minor fracture. And I missed the whole season.
Missed the entire season?
Yeah.
That was your sophomore year?
Sophomore year.
Damn, dude. Did you come back better than ever?
Junior year was okay. Because I never competed that year.
Wow. Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was technically my first time ever wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
So my first time I actually stepped on the mat to compete was junior year.
Okay.
I didn't do that well that year. I probably won like 2 or 3 varsity matches, but the next season I did a lot better. I won 8 matches. So.
Nice. Good stuff.
But yeah, that's the.
Do you miss wrestling?
I do.
Yeah.
I think everyone I've talked to so far is like just miss being on a team.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I miss that feeling.
I went to one of the club practices. It was fun, and it's definitely something on my list of things I want to do. Mm-hmm. I think one of the challenges I have right now is that I want to do a lot of things.
Oh,
and I can't do everything.
Yeah, completely get it.
So my plan was, at least if I'm trying to prioritize what the most important things are, for fall term, focus on the bulk, because I've been making a lot of progress since I got here.
Nice.
And that's been really fulfilling and good. And I want to just focus all my energy there for the next 2-3 months. Hopefully get to 140, 145, 150. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I hit one of those targets, I'm saying around 145, that's my target by November, then I will take a break and spend the next couple months just either wrestling or powerlifting or both. Because those, I think I've decided those are the 2 things I'm most passionate about. And but yeah, what about you? What are your vision for yourself?
Dude, I'm with you when I want to join so many things, like through festival and all that. Like I try to sign up for everything because I was interested in. Like one of the things I won't get to do this year is like climbing. Like I was really excited to do some climbing in college.
MCC.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to do it next year. But right now I'm trying to focus on research and then like the project teams, the engineering project teams, because I think it's really good at least to get that first year experience. And then I'm with the Filipino Club, Filipino Association, and we've been having dance practices.
You're dancing with them. Wow.
I'm dancing. Yep. It's like a little like it's called Tanikaling. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's a little dance. You have 2 bamboos, and it's just like boom, boom, clap, and then while you're doing that, it's kind of like like a jump rope kind of vibe, and people are like going through the bamboo when you're clapping, and then you like step in and out. It's like a traditional folk dance, but like my section has like a modern spin on it, so we're using like Olivia Rodrigo songs and stuff like that. So I didn't want to do it, and I know it would make my mom happy, so that's one of the biggest reasons I did it, because both my older siblings didn't join FAFSA and didn't do any of the Filipino culture nights. So that's what I'm doing right now. But it's really not that much time, and it's a lot of fun, at least like getting to know some more upperclassmen and other Filipinos, and like definitely connecting to my culture through FAFSA, because where I'm from, it was like almost all white, right?
Yeah, Michigan, right?
Yeah. In my area, there was like barely any Filipinos, and my school was like probably like 90% Caucasian.
I respect that a lot.
Yeah, so
I
definitely trying to get in touch.
Bro, what's it called? I'm gonna check it out.
It's like
I'll put it up on the screen too.
Filipino. Just search up Filipino and then just start spelling out Tinik. It should come up. Filipino Tinik.
Tinik.
Yeah, it's like Tinikling, something like that. It should pop up and you'll see like bamboo.
Tinkalink?
Yeah, something like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tinkalink. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry.
So you'll see pictures and it.
Have you been getting these commercials?
I think so. I think I got that commercial when I was trying to watch a clip of your podcast.
Dude, we gotta talk about that too. I'm getting a lot of pro Kamala Harris commercials.
That's a lot.
I've not had any pro Trump commercials. I've only had pro Kamala Harris.
Honestly, I bet it could be like a location thing or just like everyone else.
Also our age bracket.
What?
Also our age bracket.
That too, and age. I want to see what you're watching.
Yeah, well, also, those are the sticks you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like 2 long bamboo sticks, and then you use some kind of pattern. Look at that. It's so much fun. Ours is not really like this.
That looks tough. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and it's actually, it takes a lot of coordination for trying to.
I've never seen this before.
And my rhythm is not great, but I'm working on it, so.
It's so elegant, man. I love it.
But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. It's pretty cool.
No, definitely. I mean, I respect it a lot because, like, I know my mom has been saying join some, like, Indian Desi clubs.
Yeah.
And I just haven't. I've been,
do you want to, like, in the next 20 years, maybe?
I don't know. I like my culture a lot, but
yeah.
I just didn't want to join all these clubs for it. You know?
You don't want to, like, base your... I was scared, like, a little scared to join fast because I didn't want to, like, base my entire friend group around, like, just the Filipinos. But I've definitely, like, found a good mix because you don't have to subject yourself to like one friend group. You can just have like as many friends as you want. It's awesome.
It's great.
College has been great, like making that.
Yeah,
but,
you have so many opportunities here.
Yeah, it's great meeting people. It's like one of my favorite things to do. That's like what I was most looking forward to, just like meeting random people and seeing what they do. Like doing a freaking podcast was not on my list when I went into high school.
This has been the most impromptu podcast I've ever done.
Literally just an hour.
Literally asked you about this like
an hour before. Yep.
Yeah, I'm great. It's great you came on.
Yeah, good thing I didn't have anything because Fridays are my light days. Like I try to usually grind before whatever happens Friday nights, and then Saturday nights I usually don't do a lot of homework, and then Sunday's grind day. But
hell yeah.
Yeah. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, just like finding what I want to do. I mean, there's so many other things I want to try new. Like my friend from FAFSA, he invited me to play the Quidditch, Quidditch from Harry Potter. It's called like quad ball. It's low-key insane. It's like
how does it work in real life?
I honestly could not explain it to you. You should do your research after, but it's like you've seen the Harry Potter movies, right?
Yeah.
And it's like Quidditch, so it's still the same aspect of the 3 hoops, and but instead of like a snake you're trying to chase, you're just like holding balls.
So there's no floating mops.
No, but you're riding a stick still. Like you still have a stick that you have to hold in between your legs, and you just kind of explain the interesting dynamic you have to do. Because there's like a dodgeball aspect to it, so where you're holding balls and you can like throw it at people or whatever to like I don't know, get them out.
That sounds fun.
But you still have to hold your stick and you have to like catch the ball like with one hand. Yeah, it's like the Michigan quad ball team. Yeah.
A legit club team.
Yeah. Well, not like it's like.
They play other schools, right?
Yeah, they play other.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think he said he went to like California or something to play quad ball, but it's intense. One of my orientation leaders, he said he was like one of the team captains, and he said he really enjoyed it after like not knowing what the heck he wanted to do in college. He saw it at festival and just decided to join it. And I think that's a really cool aspect, just like joining it on a whim and just like doing it all your 4 years and being like one of the best communities. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just go to one practice, see how much I like it. But I still want to do like IM sports.
That's fine.
What the heck?
The GoPro usually records for the first half.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
we switched to these ones after.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do IM sports for a while. I wanted to do volleyball. Hopefully I get to do that. Maybe.
Ooh, volleyball's fun.
I love volleyball.
You ever go
so
to Markley
much.
and play volleyball there?
No, I haven't yet, but I've been meaning to.
You should come.
I'm
Next
trying
time
to
I'm
get
going,
a
I'll
game.
call you. Yeah. I'm not gone in like a week. But.
Volleyball is so much fun. I love it. And then obviously I played soccer in high school, so I was planning on maybe not playing soccer in high school, just so I can playing soccer in college, just so I can spice it up. But I've been missing it. Like when I went home, I brought my hoop shoes and my boots, just in case I wanted to get out in the field and kick or just play basketball. Because I've been wanting to hoop for a while too. Just like get in the gym, put some shots up. I wasn't able to
play basketball in high school, right?
Yeah, I played a little bit. I just like
you
playing
point guard
with my friend. Yeah, point guard pretty much. Okay. I wasn't honestly. I kind of suck at shooting, but besides that, I think I'm decent at basketball. I'd say like solid. I don't think I could beat most people, but I could be pretty good just because I'm fast. That was my biggest thing in basketball and soccer, and that's why I ran track because I was fast and like most people couldn't keep up with me. But yeah, I love sports, and because last week I played sand volleyball at Mitchell Field, like you know they went to
Mitchell.
courts.
That's like on your way to North Campus, right? You just stopped by there.
I went there for a night. We played there for like 2 hours, and that was like my first time playing team sports in so long, and it just felt so good.
It feels good.
Have a break. It felt so good, man.
There's something about sports, man.
It's just such a nice relief.
I was thinking about this, right? I think there's just so many emotions you feel through it, and one of them in particular I'll describe as like the glory feeling of sports.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like I was in English class the other day, not paying attention. I was watching the Michigan. I'm trying to like I love wrestling, but I don't follow sports much, so I want to like get a better idea of like the Michigan like wrestling team and everything. Because I'm gonna be going to all their meets and everything. So
that's sweet.
I was watching the NCAA finals from earlier this year in March, between the 149 pounder from Michigan and the 149 pounder from Virginia Tech. I think his name is Houston.
Yeah.
And the match was great, bro. But like when you just see someone finish the match and win, you could just see it in their eyes, you know, the glory. And obviously, like both of us have not competed at such a level ever, but we still. I think even if you're playing at a smaller level, like there's so many levels to everything, that you could still access that glory even if you're just playing like spike ball with friends, or even just like competing for a sports team, like playing for your soccer team or wrestling. Like there have been so many moments I could look back on as that feeling of glory that I miss, that you can only really access through a sports team. Like, you go to the gym, like it's fun, but it's not the same.
Like especially with team sports, like it's really just a feeling like no other. Like obviously watching it and like riding along with like the Michigan Wolverines and watching them win a national championship, like one of the best feelings of all time. Even though like you're not part of a team, like it's like you're part of a team. You've been following them your entire life, and I've been a fan for as long as I can remember. So like winning that championship, it like means so much to all the fans. It like really wants to make you cry. It's kind of crazy, but just like being a part of the team, I mean, it's a great feeling. I always find myself missing it, but yeah, hopefully I'll get into more of that like through college because it's so much fun. That's what you want to do. But
I get this weird feeling these days when I watch sports that I didn't get before, like this last senior wrestling season. But every time I try to watch sports, like I watched like this UFC fight the other day, and I watched like that wrestling match, and I go to these football games, soccer games, and I always like get the same thought pattern and feeling every time I go to these games, that it's like, why am I sitting here watching someone else do it instead of me? And I know like obviously it's not that big of a deal, but it's like fuck, like I should be out there doing that. Like, why am I sitting here watching them, bro? Like
I should have went deep. I should have worked harder for my sport.
Well, obviously like they're like legit players, but even at a smaller level, like I feel like I should be like doing something more, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes I wonder if I genuinely think that it's better for me to just focus on the book right now. But then
for sure.
I know that I will definitely, this like no doubt in my mind that I'll join the wrestling team and I'll wrestle at some point in my time here, probably soon. But sometimes I ask myself, like, am I just like making excuses? Like, should I be there right now? But it's like, it's always like this confusing, like your mind is a confusing place. And you're always trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's not like you're not doing anything else. It's not like you were going to focus on wrestling and just completely diverted to just not doing anything. I mean, you're focusing on like school. Like school is probably even more important like towards your career. So I mean, like choosing that path, it's insane and extremely difficult to become a D1 athlete or just like play club sports while balancing schoolwork. So
yeah,
I mean, it's just a hard balance, but
I'll definitely do it though. It's worth it.
Yeah, I think it is totally worth it.
I want to go back to the feeling you felt about wanting to do everything, because I think that's an interesting feeling.
Yeah. And
I think this constant tug of war I see in my life is the desire to do everything versus the desire to get good at something.
Mm-hmm.
That you can never have both. I mean, sometimes you can, but it's definitely hard to balance those two. And I would say that I thought I would want to come here and do everything, but the first few weeks I just didn't want to do anything. Mm-hmm. It was like this weird feeling.
Okay.
I guess for so long, I think when you think about like happiness as a feeling, we can break it down to like many different kinds of emotions, and I think one of them is the dopamine you feel when you're excited for something in the future.
Yeah.
All right. So dopamine is always about something in the future, something you're excited for, something you're motivated for, and I think my life for most of my senior year was colored by this excitement from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the reason that like pushed myself and grind so hard or whatever I do. Like I was always so excited for the moment I'd come here, and that justified everything else I used to do. And I guess when I got here, it's like, okay, like we're here now.
What now?
Like what am I looking forward to now?
Yeah.
And I kind of expected it to be like some grand, glorious moment, and I guess my realization was that it's just normal. Like we're just here now.
I guess it's gonna be your life for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Just have to take one day at a time. It's not like just like one moment when you get here, it's like, oh my god, you're just hit by all the college stuff. But it kind of does feel like that in a way.
Yeah.
But I completely get, like, especially through the summer, I was just like, day by day, I was just building up to the day I would become, like, living here and this would be my life. And then, like, every single day when I'm walking, I'm just like, damn, I'm just in college. Like, I'm just walking around.
You, right?
Like, I'm actually like a college student. I would always be on campus when I would be visiting my siblings. And I'm just like, wow, I can't wait for the day. Like, I'll be here walking this campus, hopefully. And I just, like, worked as hard as I could to be able to attend Michigan, and I mean it's been awesome. I think it's the best university in the world, and I literally wouldn't have it any other way. I'm so happy here right now. It's been like people aren't exaggerating when they say like college is the best time of your life because it's been so much fun thus far, and it's only been a month.
The freedom you get.
Oh my god, the freedom you get. I won't even get started about that, but it's been awesome. So
amazing.
Far.
Yeah, I'm glad it's worked out so well. But I think the energy that you describe of like wanting to do everything, I think it came to me in the last 3-4 days, and I'm glad it's finally here.
Like just this past week.
Just past week. I think that helps me a little bit because like now my mental state's a lot better because I'm like there's so much I'm excited for now. Like now all of a sudden I'm back in that mindset of like fuck like now that I'm seeing progress in bulking, that I made a lot of progress senior spring and then I plateaued all summer. Now that I'm seeing progress again, like that's really fulfilling, and I'm excited to just keep going on that.
That's good.
Now that I want to start wrestling again, and I want to start powerlifting, and I'm also excited. I'm also genuinely excited for some of the project teams and stuff that I wouldn't have said I was before. I just kind of like wasn't too interested in like the academic stuff for a while in terms of like my major and everything, but now I'm looking into some of the project teams, like they're actually like really sick.
Yeah,
like, a lot of my friends, Formula SE.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about joining that, and that sounds to me like epic, like building some of the fastest like race cars in the world.
So awesome, dude. The Michigan
project
teams are insane. No, I'm probably gonna join Baja Racing. Okay. It's like the little off-road or four-wheeler they make. I'm looking to join that, but it's insane. I mean, it's also like you get to join like a different community, and like that are all like focused on one goal, and they're all engineers. So it's just a really good, and it's like good for networking and all that kind of things you get out of it. But I'm excited for the project team. It'll be awesome.
So how does the Baja team work? Like, what, you're making just describe me in general. Like,
so they had a competition this past week. I wasn't able to go because I'm not like that part of the team yet, but it's a lot of different parts of the car. Like this is like suspension, there's brakes, there's the frame of the car, and they do like different tests. Like one of them is like you have to like drive the car like up a hill and they test how the suspension works. And there's like the big event is like the racing event, and all the cars just like race a bunch of laps. It's like just like a normal racing event or whatever. I mean, there's like a bunch of different aspects to it, and there are so many different people that go towards like this one car. There are like 10 different sub teams that all work together and they combine what they know about their different skill sets and everything. And it's so fascinating. Like I want to go into civil engineering, and most of the people in Baja are mechanical engineering, but I thought it was like super important to at least get the kind of hands-on experience in the shop, like welding and using all these machines, because I think it'll still be helpful just to like have a different perspective going into civil, because I want to like stay hands-on in my career instead of like behind a computer, because I mean I don't really want that. Like I want to be like on a site, like communicating to people and like talking about like what I want with like a building or something. So through Baja, I was hoping to like work on the frame maybe and like see how like the infrastructure of the car kind of worked, because I'm not like super interested in like the engine or the brakes or the steering in that sense, but I think it's just cool to like learn about it, at least just have that knowledge in the back of your head, so you have like a different perspective going into like whatever I'm going into for civil engineering. So I think that's super cool, like all the different insights I'll get. So hopefully I'll stick with them for the next 4 years. I'll see, but it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean the car stuff is cool. It's amazing how all the pieces come together to make a car. Mm-hmm. Like if you ever just think about it, like nobody really knows like how these things work until like you get so deep into all the technical details, and some people are just geniuses, man. Like making anything in this world.
People are so smart. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I feel so dumb.
Have you heard about Neuralink?
Neuralink?
Neuralink, the brain chip.
Oh yeah, I've seen something about that.
it's insane. It's you know, it's like it's actually working on like participants now. Like
Really?
people have successfully been able to control the computer with their mind.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane. to
Like,
think
how do you
about.
even make that, bro?
I have no clue.
Like, how do you make some technology that's able to have like, these threads that come out of it and like detect the neurons that are firing?
Mhm.
And I think technology
So
in general is like
fascinating.
I've never been that interested in it until like more recently.
Yeah, me too.
But it's just fascinating in a way. Like, have you thought about down the road? Like you mentioned that whatever you end up doing in civil engineering, it wants to be like hand on.
Yeah.
Like something like you can physically see with your eyes, like you're doing like in,
Yeah.
in person with the building part of it. So we thought about like what in particular you'd be interested in going into, or kind of just open minded right now.
Like right now, I'm super open-minded. I've seen what I'm kind of straying away from like structural engineering. They're more of like the design aspects and like sitting behind a computer for almost all of your work. And I don't like I want to do a little bit of that, but most of the times, like I might want to work with like transportation and talking with them, or like construction management. I think that's a really cool aspect of civil engineering that I'm into. And like one of my interests that I've been like fueling like my what I want to do for research was been like sustainability and like sustainable development, because that's the future. Like that's what we need to focus on with like climate change and all that stuff. But I don't know what it is. I like sustainability has been my biggest focus, and hopefully I can find a career in that, just like really helping people and like helping find people like better solutions. And I think that's really cool. But like, what about you? What do you want to do? Like really do? I think I talked to you about this, but
It's a good question. I would definitely say I'm open minded right now, but I think that one of the most interesting insights I've had, mainly from reading some work by Robert Greene, that really opened my eyes to this idea.
Who's that?
He's an author. Do you know the book 48 Laws of Power?
I don't believe so. No.
It's a pretty interesting book. He wrote that book, and he also wrote this other book called Mastery that I read by him that I found pretty fascinating, because it really shows that the uniqueness of each individual.
Yeah.
That there's so many people. You just look out the window right now. Like, look at all these people.
I love people watching.
They're all just like, they all got something else going on in their mind. They all have something else going, like something they're trying to do today, something they're
I
trying to
love
achieve.
thinking about this. Just people watching me like, damn, they have different lives. They're just like doing their own thing.
Yeah, man.
And I'm probably never gonna talk to them in my life.
And they all have such a unique set of genetics.
Yep.
And experiences and community that's just shaped them into who they are. And there's like, it's very, very rare to find there's like no two exact people in the world out of 8 billion. Like you find some differences between them, but we think that it happens a lot of people think that happens mainly through nurture.
Mm-hmm.
That as you go on with life, like you'll meet different people, you'll have different experiences that shape you into your interests and what you like. But I think a lot of it also just comes down to genetics too.
Yeah.
That we're genetically just so different person to person.
Nature versus nurture.
I think they both play it. I don't think it's one or the other. I think
I
they both
agree.
play into it. And I think from early childhood, one of the things I love about childhood and just like reading about childhood is that you have no filter yet.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that this morning because in our English class we were watching this movie about this author. It was some documentary on BBC, and this guy, he was basically talking about his work and like researching art, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a clip that I wasn't paying attention. I'll be honest, I was doing my essay for a different class, but I look up for a second, and basically this next scene that they were taking the same painting that they'd shown to, they were like discussing the painting, and then they showed it to a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And they're asking the kids like, what do you think about this painting?
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is if you ask any adult or any normal person like, what they think about the painting, they'll have so much bias in their life experience that will limit them. Like a lot of our brains have closed doors on them. Because of experiences we had and like positive and negative reinforcements that kind of tell us that this is the way you should act, this is the things you should say, that kind of close our mind into analyzing something in a very like unique way to basically confirm previous beliefs you had.
Yeah.
And the thing with children, like they're just like talking out loud, like whatever's coming to their mind, right? And they're observing all these things that most adults wouldn't be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the things about childhood is that since you haven't had information overload yet of the world, and since you don't know the structure of how the world works and how careers work and how jobs work and that this is the way you're supposed to do things, childs are just a lot more creative, definitely, but a lot more open-minded. And unfortunately, we lose that energy with time. And we become more structured and oriented, and like this is how the world works, and we play these games and systems. And, you know, but I think because of that, we can look back at our childhood and patterns in ourselves to learn a lot about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, when I read that, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like there's all these stories of like all the masters of history that have had all these very unique childhood stories of like how it all clicked for them. And obviously, it doesn't sound that magical in every person's life, right? And I read that, I'm like, okay, like I don't have some magical moment where it all made sense. But the funny thing is that as time went on, and ever since I read that book about a year ago, basically just a year ago, last fall, I just keep having these moments where I'll see an old photo, or I'll hear a story from my childhood, or I'll remember memories from childhood that I started to see patterns in myself in childhood that correlate very much to unique things about me and how I live that can actually translate into what kind of career I find most fulfillment in, which I find this subject very interesting.
Yeah,
like
just like child development.
And when I podcast people, if you watch some of the other podcasts, like usually when I have someone on who's really successful, the conversation somehow comes back to here, and I'm like talking about their childhood experiences, and I see patterns in their childhood that kind of, like the Navy SEAL I had on, like he had experiences with water all his life. Yeah, that to me was fascinating. We had a whole like 10-minute section of that podcast where we're talking about like his early experiences with water, and then he started swimming in the Navy, like how it all kind of came together.
That's really cool.
Some of the patterns I see in my own childhood is that I always like creating systems.
Nice.
And games. I think games is a big one. That I would be the guy that's calling all the friends over because I created this like very intricate game with rules and designs.
That's awesome.
I have like this big Google like Word document on my computer. I don't think Google Docs was even a thing back then. But I'm like 8 years old, 5 years old. Like this Word doc, we're doing this thing and this thing. And I love building these things, building these projects, like putting things together, seeing how things come together, and like making something that's cool. And I love projects. I love working on building things. And I think that correlates with like an interest in business and entrepreneurship, right? Like this is an example of like something that I just love, like creating a project and like seeing how it develops with time and seeing how things come together and piece together to make something. And it's very broad and like not very specific, but it does correlate. Like I love building things, and I love like, I think entrepreneurship fits that really well. But then things with film, like I've had experiences with film from when I was really young, and I forgot it. I honestly forgot it. But I actually I had this moment I think it was maybe like 7-8 months ago. Okay. I just remember this day really well. And I have the YouTube channel I actually filmed these on. I've had this exact YouTube channel since I was like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. And I just private all the old videos. I had like probably 300, 400 old videos on there that I just ended up privating. And I just never looked at them. I was like, whatever, I don't know. They're probably shitty videos. But I just clicked on an old one from a long time ago. And I was shocked that I'm probably like 11, 12 years old. But I made this entire video with a whole storyline with my friends of this whole movie, and I edited the whole video on like iMovie. Yep, exactly. But the audio quality's dog, like everything's dog in it, but I could see something creative in it.
Exactly, it's a great.
It's like I put a story together. Like I have all these scenes where it's like I put it in slow motion. Like I made the video gray. Like this is like the fight scene at the end of the film. Like we have these Nerf guns, and like he's peeping out of the corner, shooting. He's hiding behind boxes. I'm like, damn, like I created that. Like I couldn't believe I made that. And I think when you see those patterns, like film has been a consistent theme throughout my life. It's something I always end up loving. Like my sophomore year, I found that love again because I took this film class, and now I'm still doing film, I guess. You know, I think I see those patterns in me, and definitely down the road. Now, interest I'm leaning more into is that I love like the technical side of things. Like I really want to use college to gain a lot of like technical expertise. Yeah, for sure. And I'm doing CS, and I'll probably add maybe a minor in like math or minor in EE or something that's interesting to me, so I can gain the technical experience. But down the road, I really want to start my own thing, start some kind of project of my own, and integrate film in there. And I think those are like the interests that I kind of see.
Dude, did you write your college essay about that? Because that sounded like a really good Common App essay. Do you remember?
It wasn't my Common App.
That sounds like a
it should be my
Common App essay to like connecting those themes. I was like, damn, this would be a great essay to write about. Like you could like start with like your childhood and connect it to like your interests and how that kind of fueled your engineering stuff.
Unfortunately, I figured most of this out like after I applied to college.
Dude, same.
Yeah, because I didn't have the podcast when I applied to college.
Oh,
I started this in October.
Yeah.
I guess I technically did.
It was like a little bit before, but yeah.
So when were EDs due?
The early, I think it was like November 1st, but I submitted mine like early October.
Yeah, I submitted like around that time. And then when were RDs due? January?
I don't know. I got in regular decision, but I applied to early action.
Yeah, because Michigan. Do you do EA Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It would be a good call. Thanks, man.
It sounded like, I mean, it was a good story that you could have told like throughout that, but maybe it's a different essay for another time. Maybe for your grad school stuff.
I actually recently wrote it for an application for one of the clubs, I think.
Yeah? Did you really?
I did. A condensed version. I only had like 200 words.
It's a good essay topic.
I had 200 words though. I don't know how much page.
Just to condense it. Yeah. Dude, that was a stressful time, those Common Apps and all those. How many colleges did you apply to?
You want to know?
Yeah.
I pulled the list. I don't remember how many. I'll be honest with you, like I don't usually tell this to people like in a normal conversation, but I went to like a really sweaty high school.
Yeah, I mean it's boarding school. So
yeah, it was boarding school. Like I was in that environment, which I enjoyed being in that environment because a lot of smart kids.
Super competitive.
Yeah, smart kids competitive. Like if you look at the matriculation of the school, like kids went like big places. So.
Yeah.
I applied to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, plus UCs. Not all of them. I applied to like, how many UCs are there? 9, 8?
Something like that, yeah.
Probably 5 of the 8 UCs.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, how many essays did you write?
I don't know.
My God. How many? Oh my God, dude, that's crazy.
I didn't get into most of these schools.
Was it like Ivy Leagues?
Let's see.
Or just like good? Like
I think I had like 3 or 4 Ivies. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 were like really difficult to get into. So you got like CMU, Princeton, Cornell, Duke, UPenn, Rice.
Yeah.
Those I didn't get any of those. And then Mich comes in like the second category.
Yeah.
With like other schools.
What was your other options besides Michigan?
I was actually shocked. I didn't get into a lot of these schools, but besides Michigan, my next best is Purdue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Michigan is just miles better than Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in every way.
What about you? Did you go crazy or?
Absolutely not. I am from Michigan. Michigan was my goal. So if I didn't get into Michigan, I would cry and unfortunately attend MSU.
Yeah.
So
I'll be honest, like, even though I applied to all these schools, I think some point in the process, I was like, you know what, like, Michigan sounds pretty cool. I kind of hope I don't get into those schools. And I told this to my dad, like, I hope my dad's not watching this, but I'm like, I kind of hope I don't get into this.
Where'd your dad go?
He went to school in India, so this is a long time ago. He has this whole story. So I found it on the podcast once, but we didn't get into his story about this. But I'd love to podcast him again because I want to learn more about this. But
that'd be cool.
Yeah, he went to some school in India. He had a huge like come up story, I think. But
that's sweet.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, he moved here in like 2000, so.
Yeah. I can imagine the stress you went through that time.
It wasn't that stressful, man.
Really? Applying to that many schools? That's insane. I applied to 4 and I was stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, like, I thought, like, I've heard so much about, like, it's going to be stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And I always questioned, like, why would it be stressful? And, like, the more I kind of went into it with the mindset saying that I'm going to make sure it's not stressful.
Yeah.
And what does it take to make it not stressful? And then, like,
okay,
I kind of approached the summer in a way that, like, how can I, like, prevent this from being stressful? And
so you were super well prepared?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not.
I think I'm not as disciplined as I once was, but I remember that summer, like, I worked for 2 hours every morning.
For your college?
For the whole summer.
Or, like, work, or, like, for your college?
No, for college.
Damn.
So, like, I remember something I was proud about at the time was, like, the day after graduation of, like, the seniors. I was a junior at the time. Like, that first day of summer, like, May 28th, I go home and I just, like, write my first draft of the Common App. Just get it done.
Damn, that was good.
Because, like, I know, like, for me, like, when I saw other people, like, they'd always be delaying it, like, trying to find the best idea. I'm like, let me just get something on paper.
Yeah.
I just wrote the first draft, and then after that, like, everything was less stressful because, like, I already have this down.
Yeah, I had so much trouble with I had so much trouble with that.
Yeah.
Like, I was just...
It's a hard-ass essay, right?
It's so hard. Because I was just overthinking the entire process for months. Like, I tried to start writing it in July, and I didn't get it finished until, like, basically the deadline.
Do you remember... Will you be willing to share what you wrote, or...?
My essay was pretty shit, but
okay.
I did like the idea that I had behind it because that was like one of the biggest ideas that kind of fueled my like entire high school experience, especially going to college. So there are these YouTubers. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called Yes Theory.
Yes Theory.
Yes Theory. Yeah, they're pretty popular. I've been watching them for like a really long time since like freshman year. But they sort of like fueled my motivation by this statement. It says like seek discomfort. So it's just to get out of your comfort zone, like, try to experience as much as you can, and that's basically what I wrote my essay about. Just trying to like being a new kid in high school. And it was like it was really corny and I hated it, but it was just like getting out there, doing as much as I can, and like finding friends through experiences I never would have even imagined, and like doing stuff.
Did you
like
hate
that.
the essay or the mindset?
I hated the essay. The mindset was what I was like so set on that because it was so important to me, like going into it, and I've been like super defined by it like the past 4 or 5 years. So that was like something that's been like super important to me. Like one of my most important values is to like seek discomfort and get myself out there. Because if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't have done like some of the best experiences of my life and created the best friends and best memories. But I think I definitely could have made that essay a little bit better and like made it better. But the idea was there, and I guess my thing is because my application was low-key weak. I don't know how I got into Michigan. I did get deferred and I got accepted a regular decision, but I mean, I'm here, so I can't complain.
Let's not think about why we got
it. Below average SAT. The essay was kind of weak, but my application was solid, just like the resume I had. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you remember what your Common App essay was about?
I do remember, and I'd love to talk about it, but I want to explore that. I want to first explore the story a little bit, and we can finish that part first.
Yeah, sure.
We don't have to talk about the essay. Let's talk about the ideology.
Yeah.
Because the funny thing is, like, mine's kind of similar with that ideology thing, so it's really interesting to me. How would you describe your life before you found the mindset of seek discomfort, right? So I'm sure that a lot of people have what I'd call like guiding principles in their life, and I've definitely had some of my own. That just a statement or a phrase that makes sense in your head and allows you to make better decisions. Like companies like Amazon have a guiding principle of always prioritize the customer, right? That no matter what they do, if they make a decision, like that's always at the end of the day their priority. And I think with us, like on our day-to-day life, like we kind of build these things in our mind to help guide us through life. And I guess that first of all, like, would you describe seeking discomfort as like your guiding principle for life? And what did your life look like before you had that with you?
I'd say it's definitely one of my biggest values. Like I wouldn't like do it in every single thing I do, but when I'm making a big decision, I always try to think like, am I gonna regret doing this or not doing this, and am I gonna like gain something valuable from going out or like doing something new and meeting new people. But like the first time I heard it, I was like 13, 14 in like 8th grade or like going into freshman year. So I was obviously figuring everything out for myself, but like K through 8, I had the same friend group. Like I was with the same kids the entire time. Nothing really switched up. So I was like in my comfort zone the entire time. And like going to a new high school with absolutely knowing 0 people was like a huge jump. So I told myself to seek discomfort because everything, no matter what, it is going to be uncomfortable. So I have to be willing to accept that.
The quote we just read, right?
Yeah, basically.
Let me pull it up. Keep telling your story.
Yeah. Because I knew, like, going into it, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really difficult. But I got to just embrace that, you know, and try to, like, help it shape me to where I am and, like, try to just take it one day at a time, try to go towards it and seek out those uncomfortable experiences because that's really where you make the best memories and, like, you think about it all the time. Like just this past month, like I'm thinking about just like staying in my room and not going out and trying to meet more people. But like you just gotta push yourself sometimes. Even if you really don't want to do it, it ends up being like a really good decision for you. And that's definitely helped fuel me and like really like build my character and even like my resume. Because I wouldn't have even done some of the things I did if I didn't try to seek discomfort. So that was one of the biggest things. But yeah, in the book, there was some,
I
like,
mean, before we started the
quotes.
podcast, I pulled out this book from my room because it was just sitting there, and we were just flipping through, and the page he happens to open up to said that pursue pain, and the quote in particular from this chapter I'll say is, pain is coming anyway, don't get a shield, get a saddle, tame it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Super similar. I mean, I honestly love it. It's really cool. Like we were talking about earlier, it's like a cool ass quote, taming that pain. And I agree with it. I think it's great because you need pain in order to learn, get better at what you do. I mean, you can relate that to like sports. Like if you don't lose, you're never gonna like win a championship or stuff like that. But I think it's a really nice quote. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Probably write it down somewhere because I really like that. But yeah.
If you reflect on some of the greatest achievements you've had from seeking discomfort, like there's definitely moments where you're like, oh, I don't want to do that thing, but then you end up doing the thing and you're like, holy fuck, that was an amazing experience. Can you think back to like one of those stories that you can reflect on? That's like, so thank God.
Yeah, one instance specifically. It's not like a huge accomplishment, but it's one of like my favorite experiences in my life that I like think about every single day because I miss those people. So this was just senior year, and it was the winter season, and I don't have any sports during the winter season because I stopped playing basketball, so it was mostly just chillaxing and working on my schoolwork. But my best friends like saw the poster for the theater auditions, and we're doing a Beauty and the Beast musical. And then someone in our class was like, "Yeah, you guys should totally join." And I'm like, "Yeah, guys, we should totally join. We could be like wolves or something in the Beauty and the Beast scene." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And then like 2 weeks go by, and the auditions are coming up, and like, what if we like actually did it? And they kind of like, it was completely pure pressure. Like 3 of my friends were talking about it. I was like, "We'll do it if you do it." And I'm like, I don't want to be a theater kid. I don't want to join a musical. I've never done anything like that. And then I ended up just going to the audition because, I mean, I wasn't doing anything else. I wasn't very busy. And they went there into the audition. I sang Happy Birthday because I didn't have anything prepared. I was like, whatever. I'm not a very good singer, but I didn't really end up needing that.
Did you sing Happy Birthday?
It was so bad. But
just for the sake of the story, how about you demonstrate how?
No, I'm not doing that. But thank you. Good try.
You get Ian to sing instead.
Not doing that, but I mean, okay, so like weeks go by and then we start like all the practices, and it's a little iffy because like I didn't want to like associate myself with like theater kids. I was like that, but I was more with like my smaller friend group, and we were like kind of in the middle between, like we weren't like popular or whatever, but we weren't like that. But obviously I ended up figuring out that like theater, like during that experience and over those like 3 months, it was literally some of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. Like I would never ever take that back for anything. Like I don't regret it whatsoever, because I made some incredible friends through that experience, and I got closer with my friends. And I mean, it really is, you just got to stay open-minded. Like you can't just consider theater, like, because it kind of has like a negative stigma throughout high school with those kind of kids. But I try to stay open-minded, you know, like fuck it, I'll do it, why not? I'm not doing anything else with my time. And I ended up enjoying it almost like more than any of my sports throughout high school, which is like insane to think about. And me and my friend, we were both super athletic growing up. We only played sports and didn't like even consider like the arts. And we both agreed like we never devoted so much time to anything, and like really really loved it. And it was really just reflecting on it, one of the best experiences of my life. It was like a huge passion project, and it like opened my eye to like what else is out there for me that I would enjoy, that I would never even imagine. So that was probably like the biggest instance of just like seeking discomfort and it turning out to be just an incredible experience. And I like talking to people about that, because like you just wouldn't think about it, you know, and a lot of people don't do it. But getting out of their comfort zone, you really have to. You gotta get out of your comfort zone to enjoy what you can, because you know you don't want to miss out on something instead of just like wasting your time scrolling TikTok after school every single day and then doing a few hours of homework. But that was an incredible experience.
Yeah, it's an incredible story, man. I think there's an element of pride you feel with that too.
For sure.
Right? Because you look back and you're like, imagine I was just too scared to do it.
Exactly.
And you're like, I wasn't too scared, I did it.
That's exactly how I feel. I like how you worded that.
Yeah, and it kind of becomes like a part of you in a way, that a mindset of just pursuing pain or pursuing discomfort, as you say it. It's like kind of like a muscle. You keep training it, you just keep using it more. It just becomes natural that like it's something you do. And I think once you've felt that glory, as we can call it again, like wow, like this whole life exists and I've never felt it before.
Yeah, exactly.
It's you get pulled out of maybe a numb state that you've been living in for so long that if you're comfortable, you're just like numb. Like you're just so used to the same people, you're used to the same routine, TikToks and the same schoolwork routine, the same sleep schedule, and the same things you do. And I think just that big shock or that big change can add so much of beautiful colors to your life. And it can also add a lot of horrible colors to your life. But it's like those extremes just feel great. And I think that's any sport, really.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
feel
like the good and the, like it comes with the good and the bad, but in the end, it's still like good to like build character and show you what really is out there.
Yeah.
So that's
amazing.
Something.
Yeah. How's it played out in the last month here, though, about embracing discomfort?
Literally incredible. I mean, every day, you're forced to seek discomfort around here, especially like the first month of college. I mean, I love it. It's been incredible trying to do whatever I can, like, talk to new people. Like if I just see someone, I'll try to talk to them if they seem interesting. And I mean, it's what college is about, like getting out of your comfort zone and like learning as much as you can, trying to make the most of your time here, because like the 4 years are going to go by incredibly fast. Like we're sitting here right now, and like before we know it, we're probably going to be at graduation. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that, but it is insane to think about, because that's how fast high school went by.
Look, you did, but at the same time, you look back and it's like there's so much substance there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And definitely, if you start living outside of your comfort zone, it's almost like every stage of life is like a different era at that point, right? Like there's this era and that area, and I think that's fulfilling to look back at.
For sure.
I think when you live outside your comfort zone, you can live all different kinds of lives.
Yep.
And that's you seem like a guy that's really interested in other people, and
very.
Yeah, like you probably are interested in how everyone's so different.
Yeah,
and
I appreciate that actually.
That can become a part of you. Like you literally become a different person all the time, and I think that's great.
Yeah, just like following curiosity. That's like I think that's super important in life.
When you talk about like your love for like speaking to people and meeting people, like has it always been that way, or is it more recent?
Honestly, I don't. Not really. I guess that really came with like the change in like a mindset, like going into high school. Like I had to like tell myself I have to like and enjoy meeting new people, even if I don't like initially like them. That's how it's been in college too. Like you gotta be super open-minded, because you never know if the next person you're gonna talk to will become like one of your best friends, or like you'll just build a new connection. But yeah, basically like that. it's a lot going back to like the same stuff we've been talking about throughout this entire podcast. It like all kind of connects, and that's like super cool that it happens.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
the podcasts always have a way of all coming together at the end. It's pretty
it's
fascinating.
been super cool.
It always happens that way somehow.
Yeah,
it's like the same themes keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I love about it.
It's been nice, like doing this for a while.
Yeah,
it's super fulfilling. Just like to set aside like an hour. Yeah. Just to like talk to some new people, gain their insights and perspectives. It's like super eye opening.
Yeah,
like
and I'd be happy to have you on again. We can even get more people with us. Maybe you've never met, or maybe I've never met.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all just like talking. Like I've done podcasts with people I've never met before, and then, like it's sometimes the most shocking. My longest podcast is with someone that I met for like the first time or the second time.
Yeah. And
it was like shocking that we had all this like in common and all this to talk about for like 2.5 hours. I was like, whoa.
You should do like those street podcasts where you just like set up a table and be like, hey, you want to talk for like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Those are really interesting.
That'd be kind of cool.
Those are super fun to talk about.
Yeah. Who is that, bro?
I forgot his name, but.
Yeah, hopefully these are soundproof walls.
That's really cool. Yeah, keep doing this podcasting stuff, man. It's super cool.
It's a lot of
great passion project.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Let's see what else we got. What's your plan for tonight?
I don't know. I was gonna play poker with some friends, see what's up. I don't know if I'm gonna go out, but have a chill night. Tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for the game. Oh my god.
You know what's funny? My Common App essay is kind of like the opposite of your Common App essay.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of.
Now that you think about it?
I'm thinking about like how it was. I'm trying to remember aspects of it, but yeah, it was. I think I went through a similar phase where like you have to get out of your comfort zone, but I think I took it too far.
Really?
It kind of like, I guess it came from more of like an obsession inside of me that I wanted. I guess it was from I wrote about my junior fall of high school, and that was a period of time where I think my sophomore year was really great because it was the first time I really stepped out of my comfort zone a lot, and I started meeting all these cool people. I started playing all these sports and started adding all this substance to my life, and sophomore year was great. But I kind of became like addicted to that in a way where I kind of always want more, and I kind of always want to be known by everyone. And I guess that comes from a different place, like that seeking validation part that lives inside of you. And I kind of went through far deep into that my junior year where I ended up like messing up relationships with people, trying to be friends with everyone. I kind of lost some of that. So I think that's what my main essay was about. But yeah, it's a confusing time because I feel like every time I talk about it, the story changes a little bit. And it's like a funny way of our brain trying to build a story.
That is super fascinating. I mean, just like reflecting on it, you're gonna think about it differently, like almost every single time. Just like having a different perspective in it as you like keep learning and keep experiencing new things. Like when you reflect about something that happened in high school, it's probably gonna be different the way you reflect about it in like 10 years. Yeah. Even though it's like the same memory, you'll like take something different from it every single time, and that's super cool.
It's kind of scary that like our memories are not that accurate though.
Yeah, my memory sucks, dude. My memory is so bad. I won't remember like the thing that happened just a couple months ago. That's the worst thing with school too. Like I would like be taking those AP classes and it's like the exact stuff we're doing in like my physics class right now, but I just don't remember jack.
So do you think that's something specific to you, like you in general? Like, do you think you have a little bit worse memory than most people, or?
I mean, I have good enough memory to get myself to Michigan, so I mean it's good. It's good enough. It's not like obviously it's not terrible. I bet it's worse for some people, but. I'm like a try-hard. Like there's some people at the school, like some friends that I've met, that it's like obviously natural for them, just to like they're naturally smart and they can just like get stuff just by learning it quickly. But I have to like lock in and try hard and like try to really understand the concepts before something happens. And then somehow I always just forget it. I don't know. It usually takes me like 2 times, like over the course of like 2 years to like really lock that into my brain, like with physics and everything.
Can you give me an example? Like, is it more that course content you won't remember like what you learned in a specific class from like a year ago?
Dude, honestly, I don't know why I remember. Like I took after I take an AP test, I just forget everything. Wow. Like I couldn't tell you like I took a push in like sophomore year. Don't remember a single thing from that history class. I don't know. But just besides like the most important stuff, I don't remember like anything I would use on the test, even though that was just like a few years ago. I mean, it's a long time, but
like smaller things on a day-to-day level. Like, do you remember what you did like last weekend, like just like simple things?
I would have to think about it for a while. Like I couldn't just think about it. Like, I couldn't just like come up with it at the top of my head.
Like what did we start this podcast conversation with? What was the first topic?
Do a second. I can.
You got it, bro. Come on.
Was it hiking? No, it wasn't hiking.
It was close. Oh, not really close.
No, I literally have no idea, man. Okay, I know we started. Okay, no, but the shirt thing was on the mic.
No, my shirt. I started talking about.
Oh, talking about your shirt. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're talking about the. Yeah. Okay.
It's okay though.
I would have
That's a hard
remembered
one.
it if you gave me like a couple more minutes.
Okay, sorry. No, I won't tell you the next one.
No, okay, you're good. It's just yeah, my memory kind of sucks.
Let me ask you a question. What'd you have for lunch today?
Didn't we just eat lunch?
Yeah, what'd you have for lunch?
Yeah, I had that. I had a burger with tater tots.
Okay.
Burger with tater tots.
I think memory's fine, man.
I think I'm not like Dory from Finding Nemo. I'm not I don't know, whatever she. What does she have? What's it called? Dory from Finding Nemo.
I don't even know. I didn't watch Finding Nemo.
No, maybe whatever.
It's
She forgets a lot.
I can search it up.
But I don't have that. I just have kind of bad
memory.
memory.
What did Dory have? What did Dory have?
What did Dory have?
Bro, I gotta know this. She had short. Is it a she or he? It's a he.
She
Short-term memory loss. Yeah. According to AI.
Just searching.
Also known, yeah, you're right. Also known as anterograde
amnesia.
Yeah, inability to form new memories. Whoa.
Yeah. What about that in AP Psych? Love that A class.
So you can't form new memories?
Yeah, there's like interrograde amnesia and retrograde amnesia.
So does that happen from like some traumatic event?
Sometimes people are born with it. Sometimes it happens like over old age, and sometimes people are just born with it.
So if you're born with it, you never have any memories?
Well, I don't know how, you would have to ask a psychologist, but I'm not, like you make memories, but it's like super choppy. Like you'll forget something you just talked about, and it's kind of sad.
Chop memory.
Yeah, it's like super chopped, something like that. But it's not like you don't remember anything, because obviously you have to like learn
your name and everything.
Yeah, but stuff that happens over time. But
yeah,
I'm not too sure how it goes.
You'll end up like Blink-182, like what's my name again? Anyways, yeah, I mean, I think personally, out of all the injuries that exist, the scariest one for me is anything with the brain.
Oh, for sure. That's so scary.
Any neurodegenerative disease is like...
terrifying. Yeah, I agree.
Like
it's scary stuff.
Have you heard of synesthesia?
What?
Have you heard of synesthesia?
Synesthesia?
It's actually kind of a cool brain.
Well, I don't know.
My friend has it. I want to get you the exact definition. I can describe it to you, but it's basically like your senses... How do you spell this? It's basically like your senses get mixed in a way, where words and colors and numbers all kind of get mixed up.
Whoa.
So words have colors that just make sense, and like numbers have colors, and like sounds have
okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So
you just connect random stuff.
Official definition is a phenomena that causes sensory crossovers, such as tasting colors.
Yeah, I love seeing that stuff on TikTok, like how like Thursday will taste like grape or something like that.
That's
and
crazy.
I completely get it. It makes complete sense in my brain.
It makes sense, yeah. Tasting colors, feeling sounds. Imagine like feeling sounds.
You just like associate random things, even though they really don't have any
I wonder,
correlation.
I don't want synesthesia, but like it'd be cool to experience something like that once. You know, like,
I bet it's kind of scary.
It must be.
I get it to an extent, but like I guess I don't really have.
Well, you get used to it, right?
Yeah,
I
guess so. Yeah.
But yeah, my friend, like for him, it's the main thing is associating colors with numbers, and colors with words.
Yeah.
And apparently, it makes you like really bad at learning languages, because colors, words in one language will have different colors in words in another language.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So he's Chinese, and there's a lot of like Chinese people in my school because it's international. It's a boarding school, right?
Yeah.
So people come, and like he's like one of the only Chinese kids at the school that can't speak Chinese.
Dang.
Right? Because like I remember he telling me the stories of him learning to drive. Right? In his mind, I think in his mind like left means blue and right means green in his head, but in Chinese it's the opposite. Whoa. So it's like his mom will be yelling turn right in like Chinese, and he'll start turning left. Like he'll just get confused.
Ooh, that's
like,
kind of scary.
Like yeah, but learning languages is hard for him. He's always struggled with languages, but also it's easy to like cheat on tests and things like that because he can like color his hand and just read it like it's words.
That's incredible.
Like, bro, can you believe that?
I actually want to look more into that. That's actually super interesting.
Yeah. So stuff like that's interesting to me. But then things like dementia and like Parkinson's,
scary
those
stuff.
are scary.
Scary stuff. Almost psychology.
Yeah.
Disorders.
Pray to God we don't get anything like that.
Psychology is super interesting though. I love taking that class. I was actually like debating whether I should go into it. Was
it AP Psych or Reg Psych?
AP Psych, yeah. One of my favorite classes I took.
Yeah.
Super interesting stuff.
Definitely, bro. But I think you get this like weird feeling that when you like someone you know gets a disease, because like I think with the Dory thing, the short-term memory, if you can get it like from some moment in your life, from some trauma, then it's like you have all your original memories, but then you just can't form new ones.
Yeah.
Damn. Just imagine.
It's scary. Like all that like dementia. I'm scared. I feel like with my parents, it's so terrifying. Watching it in movies, it makes me cry already.
I was about to say that.
Oh my god! Like, have you watched The Notebook?
I haven't.
Oh, that's a good example. That's scary.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And then I mean, there's obviously a lot of diseases that are terrible, but I think neurodegenerative disease, like we don't have much progress made toward it just yet. It's we're kind of in a weird state right now that we don't really understand the brain that well yet, so we don't really know like how we fix something like that.
But all the research is super interesting though. Like if you look at all the articles people have published.
Yeah, I've looked into some stuff from like MacLeod and stuff. He's one of the researchers. He actually released a documentary on this, which I want to check out because he's a cool guy. But yeah,
that's pretty.
Cancer's also kind of
super interesting stuff.
Do you know anyone with like any crazy conditions or anything, or?
I mean, no, not really. Not off the top of my head.
Everyone's healthy.
Huh?
Everyone's healthy.
For the most part, yeah.
That's
I mean,
good.
my grandma, my Lola is pretty old. She, like, it seems like she's forgetting stuff, but I wouldn't like call it dementia or not knock on wood, but
yeah. Hopefully, man.
Like that. She's like late 80s.
Got it. When to start?
I mean, it's just been like slowly happening over time. I don't think there's like a single point, like when it really shoots up. But she's like, I mean, it always happens with old age. Like they just get a little forgetful.
I'm sure. So she probably still has a lot of memories. So she's just like forgetting like small things, like where she put the keys and things like that. Like
I mean, she's just like slow too. She's not like too active. She just kind of like sits all day, just like watching TV. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's most people these days. Like even people like our age.
Yeah, because people our age, yeah.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, but my grandma, she wasn't like too active in her day. And she kind of had like, she didn't do a lot of things herself, so it's kind of been a struggle for like all my aunts to take care of her because they haven't like, it's too expensive to send her to like hospice or like whatever the elder facilities do. But they've been taking care of her and they've been doing a good job. It's been a lot.
Well-being is everything. It starts now.
Yeah.
Every disease, like if you look at cardiovascular disease, cancer, like, we always screen for them like in their 30s and 40s, but they start like now.
Yeah.
They build up over time.
Yeah, especially the terrible things people are putting into their bodies. That's scary. I try to be really careful most of the time.
Yeah.
Especially with like drinks. I'm trying to stay away from like energy drinks for the most part. Because that stuff is really
Pump with sugar.
terrible for you.
Pump with sugar.
What?
Pump with sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, all these chemicals that our body just can't digest. And there's so many frauds, man. So many studies funded by Coca-Cola and Nestle. Those two powerhouses, Coca-Cola and Nestle, they have so much money in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, like Nestle is like a company that they own multiple other companies.
Yeah.
Like they own like a lot of the companies we know. And there's also like Yum Brands that owns most of the fast food chains and everything. And there's so much money in that game, and they're just funding science research. And wow, the results say it's not that bad for you. You're fine.
It's kind of insane. Crazy capitalism.
Like,
that's a whole different talk for another 3 hours.
Oh yeah, I could talk about that for hours. I've read like 2 books on it.
Yeah,
I'm really passionate about that.
Really?
I think like my number one value is health.
That's next time. That's a good talk for next time.
Yeah.
Because I value it, but I'm not like super into it. Like to the extent that you are.
Yeah, I mean, you do better than most people. Like.
True. I mean, I'm genetics too. Like I'm glad to be super fit and like. I have like a fast metabolism too, and I actually really enjoy that because I love eating food.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love food. I'm a big bag when it comes.
It hits you though at some point, so you gotta be mindful of that. Cause I feel like one day, one day's gonna hit me like, oh my god.
I'm gonna start gaining weight. Yeah, I do have to start watching. But right now, I've been good. I've been going to the gym pretty regularly. Walking has definitely helped.
When you start lifting?
Just through like high school, like freshman year maybe.
Oh, so
I've never lifted like crazy. Like I've never lifted with the goal of gaining muscle.
So you've kind of been in there since like for like 4 years now. Though.
Yeah, for the most part. But nothing like I've never been like super into it.
Yeah,
like, I haven't been.
This has been going.
Yeah, I just go to the gym, try to stay fit, and just slowly build muscle over time. And I've definitely like seen the progress.
You don't have to go to the gym to build muscle or build strength at all.
Yeah.
Like, just going to the gym overall for fitness wise, like longevity wise.
Yeah.
I think Peter Attia says that that's like the number one intervention.
Mm-hmm.
Even for like people in their 70s, just going to the gym.
Yeah, and it's also just good to like start like healthy habits. So
yeah.
I'm trying to do that. It's nice. Just stay active.
I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah.
What do your workouts look like these days?
I literally just do PPL and then rotate it every day. every week.
It works.
PPL.
It works,
do usually whatever I want, especially in the bubble. I just try to use whatever machine's available.
I love
and try to like focus as many muscle groups as I can. But
yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like going to the gym.
PPL works.
It makes me feel good. So that's like the biggest thing.
You don't get creative. You don't have to get like super creative with it. Like,
exactly.
I think with lifting, there's so much like disinformation.
Oh yeah.
Like you have to do like your form in this exact way. You have to do this exact split, and
yeah.
I think TikTok plays a role in that. Where like there's all these videos that are like you're doing your form wrong, you're doing this exercise wrong, you have to do like this fancy different way like to do it, and you have to like stand like this, like some random shit.
Yeah.
But you know, I think everyone wants to be a fitness influencer and they'll have to be unique.
Yeah.
So they'll
Like,
just make up
see
things.
all the time on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, but simple wins in the gym and in life.
Exactly. Look at that, connected all the way back in
Oh,
life. Crazy themes.
Yeah, man. Well, Kian, it's been like an hour and a half.
That was been
pleasure.
good. It's been good. Good talking to you, dude.
Yeah, man.
This
It's
has been a lot of
conversation.
fun.
Yeah.
I actually liked it. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too, man. We can get to this book also next time. Pursue Pain.
Yeah, for sure.
Make a million mistakes. You learn best from your mistakes. This is true.
True.
So you should deliberately make as many mistakes as possible.
I don't know what deliberately. But
We'll close on that. All right. See you guys next time.
appreciate you.
If you enjoyed that episode with Kian, then I guarantee that you'll love this episode right here. Make sure you click here to watch that episode, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. That is the best way to support the channel, and it'll help to ensure that I can get amazing guests just like Kian, and keep upgrading the channel and production. So make sure you click here. Peace.